Woo! With me, Joe! This is the show where I read an article a day to keep my stupid away, but really it's becoming kind of a mixed bag of a show. You never know what you're going to get. And today, again, kind of reading an article, kind of just spitballing here. I'm going to try something a little different today for the show. It's going to be just a stream of consciousness. I'm just going to go through my phone, look at some newsletters that I get come in, and just say what I'm thinking about all the headlines and what's going on in this crazy world, because I found this website called Window Swap. It's kind of a romantic idea. We're all stuck inside because of quarantine, and by we're all, I mean a lot of the world is stuck inside or afraid to go outside because of the coronavirus and quarantine. And so there's something romantic about the idea of seeing the world through someone else's window. And so that's what this website allows you to do, is just see other people's windows at different places in the world. As you can see here, I'm on the website. It's very simple. At the top, it says Window Swap. You can go to window-swap.com to check it out for yourself. Open a new window somewhere in the world. You can click that button. It opens up a window, high quality HD window somewhere else in the world. Just someone's window. What they see every day, you can now experience. You can travel the world one window at a time. So let's find a nice, relaxing window and see what news stories and what Joe thinks about the news stories come to mind. So let's open up a new window. Window Swap. This one is in Zurich, Switzerland. I can't tell if there's somebody moving around by the window or what's going on here, but it's a fairly nice view. It's kind of just up from someone's apartment window. It's a red apartment building with kind of some green on the left. Doesn't seem to be any sound, so I'm gonna get a new window. Maybe we can get some, birds chirping or some insects buzzing around or some hustle and bustle of the city. Let's see. New window in India, and Hardwar, India. Now this window has a nice sound. You can hear nature. You can see some green. Reminds me actually a lot of India. It's probably very humid outside. I've had the privilege of being able to travel to India. I used to teach tech skills to kids at an international school in India at one point. Fun fact. Yeah, wow. This is a nice window. So I'm gonna chill here for a little bit. Let's start reading some headlines. The newsletter that I'm looking at is called Fast Company Compass. It's from a website called Fast Company, fastcompany.com. Shout out. First headline I'm seeing here is these 10 essential browser tweaks fix the web's biggest annoyances. This is probably 10 browser tweaks for like Chrome, Safari, whatever that you can put or install, activate to help guide yourself around the web and keep free of things like trackers, pop-ups, pop-unders, auto-playing videos, auto-playing sound, cookies, notifications, all sorts of stuff. And actually, if you're not browsing the web right now safely, I would highly recommend getting some browser extensions like Pop-Up Blocker, just to block ads and pop-ups. If you're not doing it already, what is wrong with you? You're crazy. That's like sex without a condom, pretty much. You're browsing the internet without a condom. You should be wrapping it up, browsing safely. No reason not to, because you're being tracked in 2020. Facebook's tracking you, Google's tracking you, and a multitude of other companies are tracking you with these pixel trackers, these one-by-one pixels hidden on websites you don't even know are there. And they're collecting data about you and sending it to our capitalist overlords who are productizing you as a cheap date for your information to sell to the highest bidder. Hey, if you're relaxed looking out these windows and you like my content, hit that subscribe button and mash that bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you. I would also recommend getting Privacy Badger. It's an awesome free extension that just blocks all of these trackers. It's so simple to install. It takes 1 minute. Simple extension. And also, if you're doing any online shopping, you should download Honey. And normally they sponsor podcasts, and I should be getting paid for this, but Honey is a free browser extension that goes and plugs in coupon codes so that when you check out, you get the best deal possible and you don't have to do anything except save money. It's very cool. All right. Now that I just diatribed, let's get a new window before I go on to the next one. This is over in the Ukraine. Ooh, we get a dog barking. This is a nice window. Nice little quiet neighborhood. You can hear somebody walking around the house or working in the house. MIT researchers create a reusable silicone mask to replace the N95 mask. If you're not familiar, the N95 is a mask from 3M, which you put on for, protecting against fibers, dust, and the coronavirus. It filters the air, so you're getting clean air. And the new one looks something like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a clear plastic mask that you can put on with 2 filters on each side of your mouth that filter out, again, pollen, dust, viruses. And unfortunately, I did see a news story today that said that the coronavirus is probably going to be with us for quite a while. Unfortunately, viruses don't just disappear. We've eradicated, I think, measles, and that's about it. As far as viruses that we've eradicated, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And because it's airborne, we're probably going to be wearing masks for a long time, unfortunately. So these clear masks will help us see each other's faces again and go out in public while keeping safe, because unfortunately, like I said, we let this thing into the world. China let this thing out into the world, maybe from a lab, maybe from just bad luck. Who knows? I'm leaning towards it was an accident. It jumped out of the lab. I don't think it was purposely created at the lab. I think there was a virus being studied at the lab that got out by hitching a ride inside of somebody or on somebody. And then now we're here. But so what I'm saying is these N95 masks or these new silicone masks are good because we'll probably be wearing masks for quite a while, unfortunately. What should become of the place where George Floyd was killed? Weeks ago, it feels like at this point, George Floyd was brutally murdered at the hands of police in Minneapolis, Minnesota. If you don't know, I don't know where you've been, because it sparked Black Lives Matter movements all over the world, which I think is a very positive thing. And so what should be done with the place where George Floyd was killed? I don't know, but I think a monument or something should be built, at least just to spit in the face of all the people who are trying to save those stupid Confederate statues in the U.S., those treasonous people. The Confederacy was treasonous, trying to secede from the U.S. to keep slaves. That was one of their biggest arguments. So stupid. They're not heroes, as Trump calls them. They're not great leaders. They're not anything. They are traitors, and they should be taken down. Stupid. Let's get a new window. Started getting heated there for a second. Ann Arbor, Michigan, USA. Ooh, this is a very high quality window. Such a high quality window. Look at this. We got some plants on the inside. The plants look good, although it looks like the one on the right needs some water, if we're going to be honest. And then we got a view outside into a neighborhood with some lush green everywhere. There's people walking around outside. No masks on, it seems. But that's all right because they're outside. And then we've got a Royal Crown cola box with some plants and flowers in it as well. This is an HD window, super high quality. I'm digging this window. Super nice. I hired an infamous hacker, and it was the best decision I ever made. A lot of people don't know this, but hackers aren't always bad. There's also something called hacktivists, where they are activist hackers who do things for good. For example, hacking a company's website or hacking a company's servers to find vulnerabilities and then reporting back to the company and saying, hey, I found this. You're vulnerable. You should take care of this. Many times companies will thank this person, hire them, and pay them for their services. This is a form of hacktivism. Hacktivism could also be using your hacking skills for activist things like political gain or political purposes, like leaking emails of a corrupt politician, for example. WikiLeaks is powered by hacktivism. So hackers aren't always bad, and they can actually be forces of good. There's something, again, called There's something called a white hat hacker, and these are good guys. And then there's black hats, which are generally bad guys. The more you know. Ivanka, coronavirus, and the messy truth about the skills gap. I'm really not sure what this is about, but I know that Ivanka Trump recently told unemployed people, and there's the highest unemployment rate in the U.S. since the Great Depression right now. She told all these unemployed people to just go get jobs. Don't be unemployed. Just go get a job. Really, Ivanka? Really? You don't know your privilege? You don't know that you've been handed everything from your father and from your station in life, from the accident of being born privileged and white and female and rich? Like, come on. What a dumb statement. Like, I cannot believe how dumb the Trump family is and how tone deaf they are. Just telling people to go get a job while your father oversees the worst economic downturn and the worst unemployment numbers in the history of the United States since the Great Depression. Stupid. Get a new window. Let's see what we got. I really like that window, though. It was a super high quality window. Vengia, Portugal. Oh, over here in Europe with me. We got a nice view of a building being constructed. And I don't know if that's a cemetery, but it looks kind of like a cemetery. I'm not really sure what that is, though. And then we've got the street and people walking around. Guy just almost got hit by the red car. There's also an apartment for rent on the right-hand side. We can see the advertisement in the window. This is a fairly nice... Oh, it looks like somebody... I don't know if somebody just moved and the blinds came in or some wind was blowing the blinds, but... all right, let's try another window. I like that window. That's nice. New York, USA. Ooh, rainy day, New York. We've got the rain sounds. I'll shut up so we can hear it. And the honks and the bustle of a busy city. I kind of like it. It really puts me at ease. I'll read a couple more headlines here and then we'll call it a day. Netflix's Fatal Affair is a perfect 90s throwback thriller for your weekend streaming. I don't really know what a 90s throwback thriller is, but it could be an interesting watch. The picture looks like two people dancing. I don't know. Generally not my thing. Whenever I'm watching Netflix, I'm always working. Additionally, I'm very rarely just watching something unless I'm at a movie theater, which boy do I miss dearly. The popcorn and the smell of it when you just walk in, the fresh popped popcorn is so good. And I haven't drink soda, but man, a popcorn with a nice soda in a big theater with all the people around you who are there to see the same movie and excited about it, especially on opening night when there's just all the energy there of all the like nerds at the Marvel movie. It fills me with glee. Man, do I love that. But if you're into 90s throwback thrillers, whatever that is, check out Fatal Affair on Netflix, streaming now. This episode has been sponsored by Netflix. IKEA hires a dog for its latest collection. He's the ultimate M-U-T-T designer. Nice play on words, IKEA. His name is Mr. Chuck, and this is his design statement. Paw print. Don't know what that means, but apparently IKEA's getting into the pet furniture game. 4 ways to break up the monotony of your work week. Feeling like your work week is running on a loop? Turn to these diverse options, from adopting new hobbies to reconnecting with cross-department colleagues. So they gave away 2 right there. Get a new hobby. I encourage people to do this, especially if you're single. Go embrace your hobbies. Go learn how to tango. Go learn how to do the salsa. Go learn how to break dance, how to do ballet. I mean, I'm focusing a lot on dancing here. Go find a cooking class near you, or a crafting class, like, making baskets or making necklaces or blacksmithing, whatever it is. Find a new hobby near you, and if you're single, you might actually meet like-minded people and spark a romance. It's one of the best ways outside of Tinder to meet new people, because online dating, let's be honest, kind of is the worst. More from us. We got a couple more headlines, and then we'll call it a day. TikTok enlists its creators to help combat misinformation. I'm actually curious about that one because Facebook has a huge problem with misinformation, and Mark Zuckerberg, the oligarch, sociopath, weirdo that he is, refuses to acknowledge the fact that there's a problem on Facebook, and also refuses to acknowledge the fact that they need to fix the problem because I don't know why, 'cause he's a moron. We should start giving names to extreme heat waves the way that we do with tropical storms. I think this is a great idea and will really drive home the point that global warming is a problem and we need to be concerned about it. Climate change in general is a problem and we need to be concerned about it. It's a human problem. It's not a political problem. It drives me nuts that we've created and that the U.S. has created it into a political problem, or it's crafted it into a political problem. It's not. It's a human problem. If it gets too hot, vegetables don't grow. If it gets too hot, animals can't eat grass, and then we can't eat those animals. And also we can't grow vegetables, and then therefore we go hungry, and then humans die. Like, it's a human problem. It's not a political problem. Stupid. How this travel startment became profitable during the pandemic, I don't know what it is, but I'm guessing they made something that was maybe virus proof for traveling, and that's how they became profitable. Tired of being stuck at home, this website lets you peek out of windows around the world. That's where I found it. At the very bottom, in a throwaway headline on Fast Company, we've arrived at Window Swap. What a full circle. What a journey. Let's find a couple new windows before we shut this down. Shanghai, China. This is an interesting view of China. And this actually illustrates one interesting thing about China, because I've been there. Beijing especially, is a really good mix of old design aesthetics. Like you can see here, that roof, it looks very old school Chinese roof compared to the skyscrapers in the background. That's very common in China, especially in Beijing. San Francisco, USA, another place I've lived. Ooh, this looks like it's Potrero Hill, looking over Potrero Hill. This is actually a great view of San Francisco. You can see the mixture of the city and then the green spaces, which there are a few of in San Francisco, including a huge park. I can't remember the name of it. It's not the King's Park. It's something else, but it's a huge park. Man, this is bringing back memories. Sometimes I miss San Francisco. Sometimes I don't. Nice window. What else we got? Doha Qatar. Oh, this window comes with a little surprise. A kitty cat. Oh, look at the kitty, excited to see the bird fly by. Oh, he's getting ready to pounce. What a fun thing. We got a cat. This is a great window. Though we can't really see out the window. Oh, that cat. Oh, what do you see? What do you see? He really wants to eat a bird. What's up, kitty? Is that a beach outside? It looks like kind of like a beach or sand outside from the window. It also looks very humid because there's steam, or there's like condensation on the bottom of the window. So I assume it's actually pretty warm there right now. That cat though. He's really watching those birds. He's hungry. If he got outside, man, those birds would be in trouble. Long Island, USA. Oh, what a great view of New York City. Wow, someone's lucky to have this view. What a fantastic view. We've got the city, the modern marvel that is New York City, and the ocean in front of it, the bay. What a great window. It's quiet over here, so you can enjoy the view without the hustle and bustle of the city like we had in the rainy window. I really dig this window swap website. It's super cool. Get a little view. Read a couple articles. All you need is a glass of coffee, a mug of coffee, a cup of coffee. I don't know why I said a glass. A cup of coffee to sip and view someone's window. How nice. So that's been today's Joe Show. Kind of a little bit different stream of consciousness. Just thinking out loud, reading headlines. Let me know if you like it in the comments below. I'll do it more often, and then we'll keep window swapping, I guess. If you do like my content, hit that subscribe button below and mash that bell so you get a notification every time I upload, which is currently daily. And man, like I said, it's kind of a mixed bag. You never know what you're going to get on the Joe Show. If you read a cool article, send it to hijoeshow@gmail.com. Otherwise, until next time, read something good. This has been the Joe Show. I love you.